Tonight, we start off by taking a look at Auburn University's newest COVID booster before moving on to hear the SGA and involvement updates. Then, we'll inform you on a fun Sundown concert at Kiesel Park, as well as the Raptor Center show featuring Auburn's famous birds. We'll also take a look nationally by updating you on this year's 9/11 memorial and the UK welcoming a new king. Finally, get an inside look at the new movies coming up for this week, and then you can hear all about our pet of the week. All that and more is coming up next on Eagle Eye's Thursday News at 6. Good evening and welcome to Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Nicholas Wetzel.
And I'm Jillian Byers. Have you been looking for a way to get the updated COVID-19 vaccine booster, but you don't know how? Well, Auburn's got you covered. Auburn University is now offering this updated booster to employees, students, and their dependents through various locations around campus. The locations include the Auburn University Pharmaceutical Care Center and the Auburn University Medical Clinic. The booster is available through Auburn is a Pfizer product that adds a component that its aim is to target Omicron BA4 and BA5 variants and help to restore protection that has waned since previous vaccination by targeting more transmissible and immune-evading variants. According to the CDC, those eligible for the Auburn-provided Pfizer booster must be at least 12 years old and can only receive it 2 months after their last booster or second dose of the vaccine was received. This is no restriction on use by those who have received vaccines through other providers. To receive an updated booster shot, visit cws.auburn.edu/pharmacy scheduler to make your appointment.
Now we turn to Coleman Turnipseed, the Auburn SGA Vice President, for our weekly update on what the Student Senate is working to improve on Auburn's campus. Let's take a look.
I'm so excited to be back for the fall semester, and the Student Senate is in full swing. The budget and finance process is almost finished, with preliminary hearings happening 2 weeks ago and final budget hearings happening tonight. Our other committees are also continuing to work on their big resolutions and initiatives, with many projects expected to be on the Senate floor in the next few weeks. We had a shift in our Senate leadership this summer, with our committee chair for the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee, Casey Rickles, leaving the semester to go work with the United Nations. Co-chair Jillian has taken over as chairman in this committee, and we are all very excited to see what she will do in this role.
Searching for ways to start your year off right and find ways to leave your mark on campus by getting involved? Well, look no further. Involvement Ambassador Bailey Blake is here to give you the scoop on all the activities and events you can get involved with on campus this week with the First 56.
Where you go, guys? My name is Bailey Blake, and I'm here for your involvement update. I hope everyone had a great first home game and that you're looking forward to the rest of the football season. The first update I have for y'all is that the First 56 is still going on. Studies have shown that the first 56 days on campus are the most influential for forming your college habits. UPC has been putting on over 500 organizations for the first 56 days on campus for students to try out different ways to get involved on campus. We're about halfway through, and the last day is October 2nd, so be sure to check out the rest of the schedule in AU Involved. Next up is UPC's Paradise on the Plains, Monday, September 12th at 5 p.m. on Cato Lawn. There will be bouncy houses, tropical food, tie-dye, and plenty of yard games, so come spend time with some new and old friends and kick off the school year. For our last event, I wanted to let y'all know about Emerge's Lunch and Learn series. Representatives from 5 well-known service-based organizations will serve on the panel to share their experiences and answer questions about serving and leading in our community. It will be Thursday, September 13th at 11:15 a.m. in the Melton Student Center 2222. Lunch will also be provided. And just as a reminder, AU Involved has information about everything going on campus, so I encourage y'all to check that out for more involvement opportunities. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to an involvement ambassador at involved@auburn.edu. Thanks again.
When we return from this short break, we'll give you a fun Sundown concert at Kiesel Park. Then, you'll hear about the annual Raptor Center show for the community and this past weekend's Korean Center event, celebrating a special holiday. You're watching Eagle Eye News at 6.
Have you ever heard of the Fall Sundown concert series? Auburn Parks and Recreation is hosting Kiesel Park for Music. This will be a chill spot with gourmet hot dogs, chicken tacos, frozen treats, and drinks, all free of charge. Dates to save in your calendar if you plan on attending are September 22nd, September 29th, October 6th, and October 20th. All pets are welcome as long as they're leashed. Come out to the park and don't forget your blankets and picnic chairs to enjoy music. The lineup will include The Rangers, H20 Bion Hawkins, and The Experience, and CJ Harris. If you're not familiar with Kiesel Park, it is located at 520 Chadwick Lane in Auburn. For more information or follow-up questions, call 334-501-2930.
The Jan Dempsey Community Arts Center inspired Auburn City Schools' fifth graders through adventures in art this past month. Alabama artists have created art that will live on for generations, so that is why the theme for this year's program focused on the architecture of rural Alabama. Students were told to split off into different workshops focusing on visual arts, performance, and a gallery exhibition. Auburn Parks and Recreation expressed gratitude to the sponsors and community who make it possible for adventures in art to thrive and inspire students. If you want more information regarding in the Adventures Art Program, contact the Jan Dempsey Community Arts Center at 334-501-2944.
Can't get enough of our fine feathered friends in the sky? Well, you don't have to wait for next Saturday's Eagle Takeoff to get your fill of the amazing creature. The Auburn University Southeastern Rapper Center is here to, once again, host their annual fall educational series titled Football, Fans, and Feathers this season. 8 shows will take place on the Fridays before home games to give guests the opportunity to experience an up-close view of our lovely birds of prey while exploring the mysteries of their survival, flight, and ecological roles. So come and watch these amazing creatures perform in a show you won't want to miss. Shows will be held September 16th, 23rd, and 30th, October 28th, November 11th, and 18th. Each show will begin at 4 p.m. and last an hour long. Gates will open an hour prior to the show. Tickets are $8 and free entry is offered to any child under the age of 3. Seating is first come, first serve. To get your ticket, visit www.aub.ie/FFF to purchase yours.
Are you eagerly anticipating Thanksgiving this year? What would you think if Thanksgiving came sooner? Friday, September 10th, was Chuseok, the Korean Thanksgiving Day. It is a meaningful anniversary for the people of Korea's Chuseok. It's a historic anniversary that is collected every year on Thanksgiving and is dedicated to the king. The people of Korea celebrate this day by eating delicious food and having fun with their family and friends. Auburn University's Korea Center, King Sejong Institute, held an event to celebrate Korea's Thanksgiving Day at the Student Center this past weekend. This was not only a touching time for Korean international students who study here in the U.S., but it was also an event that allowed all Auburn students to learn about Korea's Thanksgiving Day. At the time of the event, more than 300 Auburn students were in attendance and learned about Korea. Auburn University's Korea Center Sejong Institute provides Korean language classes and cultural classes. For more information, please search Auburn University Korea Center King Sejong Institute.
If you noticed all of Aubie's fun costumes and props, you now have an opportunity to get a little closer to the action. Aubie Committee is now accepting members who are interested in helping to design and create props and materials for Aubie to use during athletic events, pep rallies, skits, and other events. They are looking for creative and engaging members to get involved and join in the next meeting. The Aubie Committee meets every Tuesday night before a home football game at 7 p.m. in the Student Center loading deck. If you are interested in becoming an official member, you can fill out the membership form on the Aubie Committee website. For more information, you can email aubie at auburn.edu. When we come back, we're talking about this year's 9/11 Memorial and the UK welcoming a new king. You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
On Sunday, the nation marked the 21st anniversary of the 9/11 terrorist attacks by honoring the nearly 3,000 lives lost on that tragic day. Mike Valerio has more on President Biden's message to the country.
A moment of silence in New York City on a somber Sunday 21 years after the September 11th terrorist attacks. When Al-Qaeda hijackers flew airliners into the Twin Towers, the Pentagon, and the eventual crash into a field near Shanksville, Pennsylvania, killing nearly 3,000 people.
It should not take another tragedy to unite our nation.
At the September 11th memorial in New York City, family and friends read the names of their loved ones.
Howard Lee Kane,
Jennifer Lynn Kane,
firefighter Vincent D. Kane, Engine 22.
While at the Pentagon, President Joe Biden attended a wreath-laying ceremony where he paid tribute to those killed there.
This is a day not only to remember, but a day of renewal and resolve for each and every American.
Biden also referenced the drone strike which killed Ayman al-Zawahiri earlier this year, saying the al-Qaeda terrorist leader would never threaten the American people again. The president also shared what he sees as the greatest lesson learned from 9/11.
We regain the light by reaching out to one another and finding something all too rare, a true sense of national unity. To me, that's the greatest lesson of September 11.
On the anniversary of a day we will never forget. I'm Mike Valerio reporting.
Saturday, King Charles was publicly declared king, beginning a new era in British history. As celebrations rang out across the UK for this historic moment, mourners gathered outside Balmoral and Buckingham Palaces to pay their respects to Queen Elizabeth. Isabel Rosales reports from London on the bittersweet moment of welcoming a king and saying goodbye to a beloved queen.
God save the king.
A new reign in the United Kingdom. Charles III officially proclaimed king at St. James Palace in London, reading and signing an oath taken by all sovereigns. Behind him, Queen Consort Camilla and his oldest son William, the new Prince of Wales, now heir to the throne. The formal ceremony live-streamed to the public for the first time in British history. The historic moment met with celebrations outside.
3 cheers for His Majesty the King. Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray!
While cheers rang out in support of King Charles, somber crowds still gather across the globe to honor Her late Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II.
It's just like such a monumental loss.
Saturday, hundreds of people lining up outside Buckingham Palace in London, as well as Balmoral Castle in Scotland, where the Queen passed earlier this week, to pay their respects.
Feel like you've lost a family member. She's been there her whole life.
Yeah.
A day of remembrance and reflection as the UK welcomes a new era for the monarchy. In London, I'm Isabel Rosales reporting.
The murder of a Memphis woman while she was on an early morning jog has sent shockwaves across America. In Florida, a group of runners called the Suncoast Striders are paying tribute to her with an event called Finish Eliza's Run. Eric Wetzel tells us more.
Running is a huge part of Marina Germain's life, and when she heard what happened to Eliza Fletcher in Memphis, it hit her hard.
I got really emotional about it, and luckily my husband was there to, hold me and kind of tell me, hey, we're gonna find out safer ways for you to be out there and still do what you love.
Marina often runs in the hours before the sun rises because she has an early commute. She says she took precautions even before Eliza was abducted and murdered while on a morning run. Marina has her phone and GPS watch with her on runs and no music playing to distract her.
I normally estimate about how long I'm going to be out for, so I'll let my husband know, hey, I'm leaving at this time. I should be home by this time. If I'm not, start looking or call me, because I always have my phone. This mom was just out doing her daily routine that we all do. We all wake up early to get our miles done before our kids wake up, before we gotta go to work, before the day starts. And so as soon as that happened, I thought, oh my goodness, it could have been one of us.
The women in this group say they do their best to have at least one alarm. Finish Eliza's run will be taking place all weekend wearing a top and blue shorts, just like Eliza was. In Pasco County, Eric Waxler, ABC Action News.
When we return, we'll hear about the upcoming movies for the week and about the pet of the week. Stay tuned.
A New Mexico bull rider is getting recognized after becoming a world champion. But get this, he is just 9 years old. Sasha Lininger has more.
At just 9 years old, a Lovington boy is making his name known. Meet Parker Hooks.
I like dangerous sports.
Parker is a world champion bull rider after winning at the Youth Bull Riders World Finals. And this dream started after a trip to the fair with his grandparents.
They took me to the Lee County Fair here, and I watched the bull riding. I liked it. I wanted to do it, but I couldn't because I was only 2.
But he didn't let his size stop him.
I watched some video on YouTube, and then one day they let me ride sheep here at the fair.
And then he started riding small bulls. And his words of advice to himself as he's riding?
Just stay on.
And he did, earning himself the title of world champion and this buckle, which he's not allowed to wear to school because Mom says so.
Rodeo, it's like a different sport. Everybody's nice to you. It don't matter what skin color you are, they just are nice to you.
His goal to ride bigger bulls one day and become a pro.
I have a lot of favorite bull riders. My first one is Ezekiel Mitchell, and then Stetson Wright.
In the meantime, riding the bulls and enjoying the ride to the pros. One bull and buckle at a time.
The big movies that have been dominating the late summer box office got a challenge this weekend from a new scary movie and the start of a new cinematic universe from India. David Daniel has early estimates for this weekend's top 5 films.
As a child, my family was taken from me.
DC League of Super Pets fell to 5th place, taking in $2.8 million. Top Gun Maverick descended to number 4 with ticket sales of $3.2 million. $3.3 million put Bullet Train in 3rd place. Brahmastra Part 1, Shiva, the first film in a trilogy launching India's first cinematic universe, opened in 2nd place, earning $4.4 million. The fright flick Barbarian, the only new movie opening in more than 2,000 theaters, easily took the weekend crown, grossing $10 million. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
No matter who you are, you can't help but scream the lyrics to Bohemian Rhapsody when it comes on the radio. Mama is the exact same way, and she's looking for the perfect soulmate to sing along with her. Mama is a sweet lady just looking for the perfect place to call home. She's quite the toy aficionado and loves to show you how well she can squeak them. Take a chance on her today and let her show you how much love she can give. Mama is 1 year old, spayed, vaccinated, and microchipped. She's been heartworm treated, and for the month of September, she's free to adopt. Apply online for her today.
We're out of time, but for more Auburn news, head over to our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, and check out our social media pages. I'm Jillian Byers.
And I'm Nicholas Wetzel. Thank you for watching, and War Eagle.